up, boys? Y'all know who that is in the background. Watch the tape be chopping new video. DC. Hey, back with another one, man. Amen, say man. Quick little intro because my client about to be here. I'm about to give y'all a quick little video. So as y'all should know, I got the pissed off barber, the slime too. I'm gonna ask the client if I can film his haircut. Usually he don't trip, but I had the pissed off barber blade on here, and for some reason when I tried to zero gap the blade, it was always crooked on one side. I know I'm not tripping. I've zero gapped a whole lot of blades. It would not let me zero gap it like evenly. Like it'll be like one side of the blade will be like this or like that. Slightly, but enough to where I'll be like, it's not straight across, and that's how it's cut. With my stuff straight across. If y'all wonder where I got this shirt, hit up my boy Tavy Chopping. He sold these. This is his merch. Yeah, anyway. So, quick little plug for my boy. I have used this. I do like how it works. I have the Wall Senior fade blade on here, but I have this super cutting blade. So, that's what we're going to be working with today. And as far as like trimmers, I don't know what I'm going to use for a trimmer today. I have so many trimmers. I'll probably use one of my premium trimmers though, honestly. I'll probably use like my Babyliss, my Boosted or whatever. It really doesn't matter what trimmer I use in here. I can make something work. But I'll probably use my Boosted. This one. Oh, probably gonna use this one. This trimmer do hit like butter. That chameleon blade is something crazy, but for the most part, we're gonna use this. And I'm probably going to use the little clear guard style I was using when I was down the range too. So, if you hear anything in the background, that's my son. I told him to close the door, but he's just, if you can see him right now, he's like jumping and playing, and I ain't knowing when his happiness right now. But anyway, wait for the client to come. Kyson, can you close the door, please? Thank you, sir. Close it all the way. Close it. If you guys can see what I'm saying, it's so funny. But anyway. Yeah, so this is how it sounds. I know when I did the initial unboxing, it didn't sound as fast because the blade wasn't oiled, so it sounded a little bit faster, but say you oil it and it gets a little faster, RPMs raise a little bit. Because when I did the RPM test, it read at like 6,300, but that's straight out the box. When I oiled it, it hit 65. I'm pretty sure. Because it revved up a little bit, so I'm like, okay, that's probably 6,500. But with this setup, it's not as quiet as it was. And this is my initial review. I'm going to show you guys a haircut, right? Or not my initial review, but this is my review on it. And I'm going to show you guys a quick haircut. But with the blade that it comes with, it didn't bald out very well. I couldn't zero gap it all the way. I just couldn't. And then, like I said, when I zero gapped it, it was crooked. It would not bald out all the way. It'd be still some hair, so I don't know. Here go my client right now. Let's go ahead and get to this haircut, y'all.
Someone is at the front door.
Yeah, my front door here for a cut. You doing roll taper? No. Roll taper? What's good, YouTube? Back with another video. Back go ahead and get my boy right. This is one of my regular clients that's been coming to me for a couple of months now, so go ahead and get to his haircut. Alright, so first we're going to make sure that we comb out the hair. Make sure we're going to the direction that the hair grows. First and foremost, as always. I'm going to try to make this more of an interesting tutorial. I'm only going to tutorial one side mainly. And I'm going to just talk to you guys for the rest of it so we don't make this boring. Alright, so I'm going to first go in here with my VGR Voyagers. Now this is a modified trimmer. This has the Andes GTX blade on it. This modification needs no mods. You literally just need the blade. I'm going to make a video for that for you guys to see. And as you can see, sharp lines. Sharp lines. I'm gonna make that video for y'all real soon. Alright, so here we go. Go and get with my pissed off barber slimline 2s, no guard, blade all the way open. Go ahead and making our first guideline. I want to make sure we do a couple of passes on there to make sure all the hair is at a same length. Now this clipper has 4 notches on it. I just put it to the 1/3 to the closed one to make my to start blending. Then I just put it down again, and now it's all the way closed. Go ahead and blend that hair in. Just that easy, that easy. Now number 1, all the way open, and I'm going to do the same exact steps that I just did. Making this guideline a little bit bigger because I want to stretch that blade out. When I get to the vertical bar, I'm going more of it at an angle because I don't want to make it super, I don't know how to make it make sense. But the corner of the vertical bar, like where it splits, I'm pretty much making this guideline like an arrow, I guess, or a point, like a triangle, as you can say. I'm not gonna make a full rectangle going all the way across it. If that makes sense, you can kind of see like where that blend is and where that bulk is, and I'm just using the corners of my blade, like 2 teeth at that point. So when you do these, when you do the taper on the side, you don't want to use a whole blade. You just want to use a couple of the teeth. I use probably about like 2 or 3 of them. That way you can go little by little. And like I said, it's the same steps, just detailing. I was all the way open, notched down a little bit, then second to the last notch, and then all the way closed. And then you want to make sure. I know a lot of other barbers on here, there's all kind of ways to do it. They only tell you really 2 steps, all the way open, halfway, and fully closed. So you just want to make sure that you know, use the other how can I say it, the other areas of the liver, right? And I was fading down. That helped blend and soften up that guideline. Then I put the number 1/2 on, as you can see right now. Guard all the way open, going ahead and blending this out. And when I do that last guideline, I make sure that I put a guard above, and then I put it all the way open, and then I fade down. So in the beginning, you can see that I was like fading. I did the guidelines up, and then I was fading down, making sure that I don't stretch the blend further than what I want to. You can see it's coming out real smooth. Got the guard got the clipper all the way closed now. Blades all the way closed, and I'm going ahead and hitting that vertical bar. And now I'm taking out that bulk right there, the weight. And that's why I didn't want to go, I didn't want to touch that area specifically that you see me hitting first. I didn't want to touch that area to make it lower. I want to make it more defined, so when I hit it with the liners, that area is more defined. Hope this making sense to y'all. Hope this making sense to y'all. But yeah, I really just want to, with this video, I really just wanted to show you guys the performance of this clipper and this trimmer. Look at this line that is getting punched in. Super sharp. Super sharp. And this setup right here, $60. $60 setup right here for these sharp lines. $60. Crazy. So I'm out people that be like, oh, what's the best clipper trimmer set? That's for another video. But if you want a trimmer that hits, best bang for your buck, this right here. They also have different ones that are like different colors, different brand names. Like there's a Keepe one, there's no name, probably just says hair trimmer or whatever. I've been in one of my recent videos, if I remember, I'll put a little tab at the top. You can just go there, check those out. It's on Amazon. You can get one for as low as $13.99. It was like an all silver one, all chromed out, very inexpensive. And then just get the GTX blade and throw it right on there. Now you got a hitter. So if you're looking for something inexpensive, there you go. Now as far as the longevity, I'm not sure. I don't use this clipper as much. I have a lot of trimmers, a lot of clippers, so I can't say about the longevity. But if you want something that, I need a hitter right now before I really invest into something more high end, this is the route you go right here. At least this is one of the ones. This is one of the routes you can go. So like I said, same steps. We did clipper, no guard, blade all the way open, faded down, detailed it a little bit. When between the, like I said, this only has 4 notches on it, so I use every notch for sure. But still, there's other ones that have 5 notches, and no difference. It's all preference. At least if you have 4, you can really work it. Now I have the number 1 on. Like I said, I had it all the way open. Then I'm going 1 notch down at a time. Blade coming out nice. I think this is all the way closed. Go ahead and soften up that guideline at the bottom. And later we're gonna go in with our 0 or our 0.5 and soften it up even more to make sure we get the rest of that guideline out of there. But for the most part, you can see it's pretty much blended. But definitely that 0.5 will take it to the next level of being more blended in. All right, here we go. Putting the half guard on, the 0.5. And clipper should be all the way open. Like I said, I want to make sure that I'm careful with this because you cannot put the hair back. Some people are just comfortable enough to just go all the way closed, but I like to work my way. And then sometimes it takes a little bit more time to do that, but I like to be safe than sorry. And if it works, it works, you know what I'm saying? So why switch it up if it works? Go ahead and hit them corners. Like I said, I'm just using the corners of the blade for the most part on the sides. When I get to the middle, I use more of the full blade, like right now, using more of the full blade. When I get to sides where you line up at, I just use the corners. And now we're here with our 1.5 guard, all the way open, softening up this area, going past the guideline. So we're cutting through the guideline. We're not stopping right at the end. We're going through the guideline. You can see the lines that I'm leaving in his hair. You can see how far that I'm going up, which is actually a good thing because you can actually see some characters. You can't really see how far the barber's going or how far the clip is going up. But in this case, you can see how far I'm going up into the hair. And I'm just gonna notch down little by little. I'm gonna down fade. And this is how you don't push the fade higher up. You wanna make sure, okay, I got a higher guard on there. I'm going further up. I know it's gonna cut a little bit, but what that does, even though it's cutting a little bit, you're just feathering it out. Take the line out little by little until you don't see a line at all. And these clippers are really working though. These clippers are really working. They're really inexpensive. The guards were inexpensive. I got the guards for like $15, I believe, if not less. It's just a standard guard that work on any kind of wall standard clipper, which is the babeless blades, Stylecraft blades, anything other than pretty much Oster and Andis. These guards will work on. So if it says wall, then they're pretty much gonna work. Now we're pretty much gonna do the same steps to this side, so I'm pretty much gonna just fast forward this and let you guys see the process. But as you can see, this trimmer be hitting, bro. It be hitting. Sharp lines, sharp lines. It's not as powerful as the actual Andis T outliner, the GTX one, but with that blade on there, it's leaving sharp lines. It's definitely leaving sharp lines. No issue with balding out, and it's quiet. It's a really great inexpensive clipper. Should you get this instead of a higher end clipper, that's pretty much on you. It's all preference. That's why I show you guys that I do inexpensive equipment than I do expensive equipment, to show you can use cheaper stuff or more cost-effective stuff, and then you can use more expensive stuff. It's just up to you. How long it's gonna last is up to you, because even some expensive days can have, you know, things happen. So pretty much just on you. And as you can see, in this side, you can really see how I put that guideline in, how I didn't go exactly at an angle, but I went like at a point and stretched it out. What I'm saying doesn't make sense, but for you to visually see it, I'm pretty sure it makes a lot more sense of how I'm trying to explain it. But yeah, this blend is coming out really, really good. It's really coming together. I'm going to have fast forward this so y'all can see the process until we get to the lineup. Let's go. Okay, now we're here to the lineup. I'm gonna go ahead and use my hairspray. I forgot how you say this. Trezion or something like that. It's the level 5. Go ahead and spray it on the hairline. And that was like a face cover, so that way you don't spray it all into their face and get all that overspray on them. Clients appreciate that. Trust me, they appreciate them not getting sprayed in the face with freaking hairspray. Go ahead and just brush it in. Go ahead and hit the front line too. And make sure you brush the hairline down. You can see that cowlick in the front. And I'm going to show you guys how I actually attack this cowlick. Well, he has 2 cowlicks in the front. Go ahead and spray the hairspray on the hairline. Brush it in. And the cowlicks, I just let those cowlicks, they're naturally like that, so you don't want to go against them. You want to go exactly how they're going to lay. That's how his hair pretty much going to lay. And look at these trimmers right here hit. Look at these bad boys right here. I said that part right there, I had to work it just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like I said, this is a $60 setup. Look at that. Clean lines. Clean lines. And I pretty much have this trimmer almost like at a I don't want to say like a tap and go, but it's pretty close. It's close enough to it to where if I punch it a little bit more, it probably leave a lot more reddening. Cause I'm not gonna lie, this how the trimmer is set right now, it left a little reddening, and this is just me like hitting that corner, just doing a little detail on the bottom of that. But even how this trimmer is set right now, it's set so nice, and it left a little reddening on them, but not to where it's just like, dang, you messed them up. Like those things are super sharp on him. Like not like that. It's just he's a lighter skinned client, so and some people have more sensitive skin. But how I have this blade set, sometimes it does that on them, but it's not gonna be to the point to where I'm like leaving harsh red lines, to where it's gonna scab up or anything like that, or I'm breaking skin, nothing like that. But they're just how I have these set is just these things is hitting, boy. These things is hitting. I will say the shape of them honestly is not like too. I like a more slimmer trimmer, honestly. But I can still work with these. I can still work with these. I'm going to the side. I'm going to let you guys see this. Look at this. And we are going to use enhancements on this, as you guys see in the title in the beginning. But I do want to show you all how this looks before I even put enhancements on it. Look how much this is hitting. So that's why I have to work a little bit. But a lot of that is I put probably too much holding spray right there, or it's just a lot of it so it has to like work through the holding spray and then line up. So I'm pretty sure if I actually put the GTX on there, since it has a stronger motor, I wouldn't have had that issue. So I don't want you guys to think that it's the blade, if anything. But like I said, it's not the most powerful machine. But as you can see, once you work through that hair a little bit, it's gonna start hitting. If I didn't use hairspray, I wouldn't have had that issue. But I like to use hairspray. So like I said, it's working this lineup. I'm gonna make sure you definitely take your time when you get to lineups. You don't wanna rush this part. You do not want to rush this part. Even if you see other videos and it goes fast forward and you may think it's a little bit faster, so you think they're actually going that speed. A lot of that is for one, experience, and then two, just sometimes it's just fast forward. You know what I'm saying? But when you're doing yours, you want to make sure that you take your time with this. You don't want to rush the lineup. This is, if anything, I feel the most important part of the haircut. You can have an okay fade, but that lineup on point, G to G, good to go. All right, so now better go ahead and work on this lineup. As you can see, you're gonna see me. It's gonna look like I'm pushing them back, but that's literally all overhang right there. On this left side, our left that we're looking at, his right. I'm gonna put up a little bit, but that was all just overhang. So I want you guys to think I'm pushing them back. That was literally just overhang right there. You can see how his cowlick grows. It spreads out like a, I don't know how to explain that. It like parts and bangs out or something. It's different. It's different. But we're gonna get them right though. I want you guys to see this corner. Sorry if I'm blocking it. I didn't want to keep moving the camera so you guys see that, but you can see how they hitting though. You can see how they hitting though. Look at that. These things is hitting, bro. Look at this. Punching these lines in. Butter. Butter. Look at that. Sharp lines. Sharp lines. Trying to keep the line as furthest to the hair as possible. I'm not trying to dig in and push it back to make it super sharp. You need to do that. Make sure you're not pushing your clients back. Just stay as the furthest hairs as you can. That has the like decent density, and your line's gonna come out right. I see so many of my new clients come in because barbers push them back, trying to make their line super crisp, but they're not following the natural hairline. They're pushing it back. See me putting this line, pushing that line in. I think on this part it looks like it's, I can't remember when I did this haircut, it looks like it's a little crooked. Let me see if I put them straight, but I know I'll fix it up a little bit. But the thing is, I think it should be, maybe it's just the angle of the camera, I don't know. I know what I'm doing right here. I know at the end of this video is gonna be straight. I know at the end of this video is gonna be straight. Don't try to do me now. But you want to make sure that you're just, I don't know how to tell you guys. You want to make sure that it's straight. You don't want to push anything back. You can see how it's a little thin up there, but I just stay, that's what they call like a ghost lineup or something like that. I don't know. Like, even if some people are balding right there, you just keep it on the, where the line would be. You want to push them back. I'm going to go back in here with a razor and enhancements anyway, but when I use enhancements, I make sure that the line is already like crisp. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to cover anything up. I'm just defining it more. I'm not going to make an additional line like, oh, I push back right there. Let's see how it looks. Straight line. And his enhancements, he's lighter skinned, so I'm not trying to like go heavy with his enhancements. I just want to make, you know, I just want to define it a little bit more. I don't want it to look all crazy, you know. Trying to just mainly cover up the light spots. I'll probably hit the light spots a little bit more than I will the other parts, but I'm really just trying to fill it in a little bit to where it still looks pretty natural. See, just hitting the light, hitting the light. And as you guys have watched me apply these enhancements, I'll just talk to y'all for a little bit. If any of y'all want to make a YouTube channel and y'all just afraid of what people think about your haircuts, hey man, regardless of the fact, people still gonna talk about you. I'm pretty sure some of the higher name barbers on YouTube still get criticized for their cuts and what they're doing. Oh, by the way, if you want to know what this machine is, it's by Quavina. It's on Amazon. It's like a $60 airbrush system. I've had one. It's an all gold one. I've had that one for like 2 years, and it just started like tripping out after 2 years, and it was $60. If you want to know how to clean these, I have videos on how to clean this machine specifically. But yeah, pretty good machine. Only reason it really gets clogged, if you guys ever have yours clogged, is if you leave that, so if you don't clean it regularly, your machine will clog. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't like the cheaper ones on Amazon. This is the only one on Amazon I've actually tried. A lot of people would say, oh, I don't like the ones on Amazon because they freaking clog up. It's like, yeah, it's going to clog up if you leave that solution in there because it's going to dry. Like, it doesn't matter what brand you get, really. I'm pretty sure there's some that are cheaper than others, but this one's in particular, if you just clean the machine after use, you'll be straight. You'll definitely be straight. I've had 3 of these machines. All of them still work. Only one of them, which is my gold one, is the one that's like, it be tripping about turning on, because it's just, I've had it since like 2021. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got that thing in 2021 and it just started messing up, and it was $60. I definitely got my money's worth off of that machine. And this right here, this nozzle that I'm using is their new nozzle, or their, I don't know, I think it's called a nozzle, right? It's their new one. You could buy it separately, but the other way to put this on your machine, you have to use the bolt portion where the air comes out. I'm trying to make this make sense. the bolt portion where the air comes out, that silver part that you see, if you rewind back, that silver part that you see on the bottom of the gun or the nozzle itself that connects to the compressor, you'll have to take that off of your machine and put it onto that put onto this nozzle, because the bolt that comes on it from that just comes with the gold one is not gonna fit. I tried it, so you have to use the silver one. You see how the silver portion down there? I'm trying to make this make sense. I should get like something like some kind of effect so I can use like arrows and stuff so y'all can know what I'm talking about. I can like point it straight to y'all. But as long as you have a machine and you get that nozzle, you can use them. All you gotta do is just use a bolt from the machine that comes with the compressor, and then it'll work just fine. Go ahead and punch these lines in. And I'm looking at this, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the most perfect barber. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, you feel me? That's why I put my content out. Y'all critique it, whatever. Say that cut is trash. Oh, he ain't gonna come back, I won't come back. Well, shoot, you came to the video and you watched it. Thanks for the view. Real talk, I'm gonna try y'all back. But anyway, I could have went a little lighter on the enhancements on the back of the lineup, now that I'm seeing it on the video. But a lot of things look different on video than they do in person, not gonna lie to y'all. But I see it in person look cool. As I'm looking on video, I'm like, oh, I could have went a little bit lighter on that, on the spray on the behind his neck. I could have went a little lighter on that for sure. But trial and error, man. Trial and error. At the end of the day, honestly, the client enjoyed the cut. They liked it, and they keep coming back for cuts. So as long as your client is happy, as long as you're improving your skill, and you can see, oh, I could have did this different, I could have did that different. That's all that matters. That's why I record a lot of my cuts. I take photos of a lot of my cuts, and I advise y'all to do the same. Up and coming barbers and even barbers in the game, so you can see your work, see what you could have did different, and that's just how you get better, man. That's how you get better. Now we go here to the lineup using that razor. This is the Black Ice razor blade holder, and I think these should be the Derby razor blades that I'm using. So, and this Black Ice razor blade holder, it doesn't super expose the blade, and I got used to using those ones like that. And then I use the overexposed ones. I kind of feel like I like using the ones that are not so exposed. It's less chances that you're actually gonna like cut your client. You don't have such blade exposure. It's good to know how to use both. But now that I've been using this Black Ice one for so long, I kind of like using this one more. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I kind of like using the less exposed razor blades. But you want to make sure when you are using the razor, you want to make sure that you really stretch that skin out, and you want to let the blade do all the work. When I first heard that, I did not know what that meant. Like, but you don't want to like dig in with the blade. And also when you're doing this, you want to make sure that if you have a lot of hairspray on there, if you need to wipe some of it off or whatever, then go ahead and do so, or go back in with the trimmer. I wouldn't suggest maybe using such a hitter, but use one enough to like chip away or shave away some of that dry hairspray. Because I'll tell you before, when I first started doing razor lines and I put too much hairspray and I was trying to cut through it, I actually cut my client like that. So learn from me. Learn from me. And if you got too much hairspray on there, you can tell, because it's not gonna like cut through the spray easy. It's gonna be like kind of like chipping at it. It's hard to explain, but it's not gonna glide through it. You're gonna be like, man, it's kind of like, it's like sticking. You got too much hairspray, so you want to go ahead and use your trimmer, bring some of it down. You can see that line up, crispy. That's what you want to do after you put the enhancements on. You want to go back into it and hit the line. Dust them off. Like the setup in the back. You feel me? Look at the setup in the back. You feel me? But anyway, go ahead and get their neck. It's the details for me. You want to make sure you get their neck clean. Like I said, as I'm looking at the back of the line, I feel like I went a little bit too far down with that with the enhancement spray, but I know what to do next time. At the end of the day, what does everybody say? It's gonna wash out as soon as I get in the shower. It's just gonna wash right out. Yeah, it is. It definitely is. So I believe this is his. I want to say this is his first cut of him coming back when we went to the field. If you guys didn't know, I'm active military in the Army, and I went recently to the field, and that's why I want to use this setup on an actual cut when I got back on a client that's one of my regulars. And yeah, This is his first cut coming back from the field. He cut the top down himself because we were out there for a month and we didn't run into each other, so I couldn't like give him a cut. But you know, he wanted to do the whole shebang, the enhancements and everything. Like I said, it's gonna come right out as soon as he gets in the shower. It's just like, it's like on one of those things, like just like how women, and I know I'm rambling right now, but y'all still watching, right? It's like those things like when women go and get their makeup done. They know at the end of the day they're gonna wipe it right off. She could have spent hours doing it, went to a makeup artist or whatever. You know, it's one of those kind of things. You just want a little bit of extra for that day. That's what the enhancements are for. You may be able to get 3 days out of it, but by the time like the third day comes, you're gonna see it's not gonna be like 3 days of like, oh, it just looks super fresh. Like, it's gonna start wearing away. And here's the cut right here. Here is the cut. I want to spin him around a little bit. You can see that line is straight. I think it was just the angle of the camera for sure. But look at that. Clean. Clean. That cut is clean. Like I said, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of barbers out there that could have did a way better job than this. I could have did this different, that different, whatever. Hey, trial and error. If y'all didn't know, I've only been cutting for like 2 years. I started when the pandemic started, so this is me 2 years worth of cuts, legit. And that that disinfectant spray gun, I'm gonna give you guys a review on that real soon. So I'll probably give y'all that this week, honestly. That might be one of my next videos. That might actually be my next video. Then I'll give you guys the trimmer, how to put that blade on that Voyager. And to end it off, even though I didn't cut the top of the hair, he still had like some free hairs, just, you know, some straight up hairs or whatever, just poking up. Some people call them roach legs or whatever. You just want to just clean that up. So it just, you know, everything's just laid down. You want it to look clean. You guys can't see it on the video because the hairs are so small, but I can see it and he's going to see when he looks in the mirror. So you just want to get those hairs, just lay them down. You have to be very careful when you do this with no guard on though, because, you know, you want to be parallel with the surface. You want to make sure that the blade doesn't run on his head, the cutting portion. You want to just be very, very careful. And for me to go this speed, it just took me, you know, practice or whatever. It's repetition. And I'm going ahead and clean up that line a little bit more. As y'all know, I was in the car, so there's people starting their cars now, so I don't know if y'all heard that. Yeah, man. Getting them all cleaned up. This cut came out good. I did not use the chalk on them. Some clients use the chalk, some I don't. I asked them, hey, you want to use the chalk? Some people want it, some people don't. There you see. Straight. He don't even like when I give him the mirror. He be like, bro, I already know you did your thing. So he be like, I don't know why. I see him do that. He's like, I don't know why you even gave me the mirror. I just do it just because I don't want you to just get out. You know what I'm saying? I gotta show you. I got the wall steel blade on there, and I got the Super cutting blade. So you guys got to see how it operated. You guys got to hear how it sounds. It's not as quiet as it was out the box with the other blade on it. It's a lot more quiet with the original blade, the TPOB blade. But when you put the wall blade, it does have some noise to it. It is what it is. I guess it's just like Andis. When you put an Andis blade or anything, it makes it louder. So, and also, I guess I went to make this more like a budget setup. Because a lot of y'all be like, what's the best trimmer to get? There's not really, it's hard to get like a trimmer and a clipper that's just going to hit out the box budget. You got to like modify some stuff. But this, I will say, this is the best budget trimmer that you can modify, because as you guys can see, I have the Andis blade on there. So this is the Andis blade. This is the same setup as this. I do have the actual trimmer, the Andis GTX XO, right? They do look identical, don't they? So this is the set that I was using, but this is the actual trimmer, right? This is a GTX XO. Y'all can hear it got some noise to it. This is a VGR Voyager, right? This is the trimmer, but I modified and put the Andis blade on there. This is plug and play. If you just get the blade, you can literally swap it on there. The hose line right up. Hose line right up. No modifications needed except for just getting the blade. It's quieter. Y'all see how it removed bulk. Y'all see how it lined up. I just wanted to let y'all know that there is a trimmer out there. See, it's louder. Same blade. This does have more power, but this... Don't sleep on this, y'all. Don't sleep on this. So that was the setup that I used. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just want to show y'all this is a budget set. So as of right now, this clipper, I believe I just seen it for $59.99. When I got it, it was like about 40 bucks, like 39, but now they went up. It's getting more popular. There's a lot more content creators talking about PTOB. Shout out to Jay Blends, right? So he's doing a lot of TPOB content if you guys are interested in that. The Goblin, which is the Instinct pretty much for StyleCraft. He has the Candy, which is like this, but it's pink, but it has a digital display. So y'all make sure y'all tune into his channel, as well as Tank Be Chopping, Cuts by Reggie. Y'all tune into my boys, you feel me? This setup right now, I mean, after you get the actual trimmer, the blade change, it's not gonna be as budget, but it'll still be cheaper than if you got something more high end. So now you'll get this for $59.99. If you just get the wall, only reason I put the wall cutting blade on is because I didn't have the wall cutting blade on my setup when I was in the field, and I just swapped them while I was out there. But if you did that, it was probably like 30 bucks maybe. Maybe I'll put the price up here for the wall cutting and steel blade, right? It comes as one, obviously. And then for this machine, the last time I checked, it was like $20 or $30. So I put the price right there. Plus the Andis blade, there's the price right there. So that's how much you'll pay for these two, just like that. No other additional modifications. All you need to do is buy additional blades with these two machines, and boom. Other than the enhancements, that's by Corvina. Shout out to Corvina. I've been dealing with Corvina for quite some time, since I was deployed, like for 2 years. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but they do look out for me. They do send me products. So this is the machine that I use. Is their airbrush machine. They have different colors. They have all gold. This actually is their new nozzle, right? But they have the gold and black, all gold. They have the all blue. So, you know, shout out to them. And then for the enhancements, like I'm plugging everybody that I used today. For the enhancements, I did use, I use different ones. This is what I used today. Zay's Barber Supply. They have enhancements. The only reason I didn't use the actual airbrush machine from Zay's Barber Supply is because I'm doing a video where I need to clean it because it's clogged, and I'm going to do, I'll give y'all some content, and I'm going to clean the machine so y'all can see how it looks when it's, how the actual, the only reason I use the Zay Barber Supply airbrush machine is because I want to do a video of how to clean the machine because it's clogged right now. So perfect time to make some more content. So this is the Zay Barber Supply airbrush. I do have a discount code. I'll put it right here if you guys want to get a little bit of bread off. I'm not gonna lie, last time I checked the machine was like $160. I don't know how much it is now. I have to actually look on the website. If I do, I'll plug it right here, how much the machine costs. But I did not use this one today. I used the Corvina, which runs like about 50 or 60 bucks. This one was like 160, right? So the reason I use this one is because it's clogged, and I need to do give y'all some content on how to actually clean this machine, because there's a lot of people that actually put out reviews on machines, but there's not a lot of people that actually show you how to clean it out properly. So yeah.